What's up, guys? Just wanted to make a quick video on a movie I saw recently. The movie is called Soft and Quiet, and it's horrible. I'm not a very big movie person or a movie buff. I never go to the movies. I really don't watch movies often, but I felt like I had to make something on this. This movie is terrible. The movie starts off with the teacher, Stephanie, and her student at a middle school, and after the student gets picked up, our main character spends a solid 7 minutes walking to meet up with her friends. But while on the way, she meets a new friend named Leslie, who's also going to the meeting. At this point in the movie, they haven't mentioned what the meeting is, but I'm expecting it's just a normal little get-together, nothing too big, nothing too crazy. But the problem is we had to wait another 5 minutes till they walked to the actual meetup. I think I forgot to mention this, but the whole movie is supposed to be a one-shot movie, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, it does a good job at that at least, but it's still not, it's not good. But shortly after getting to the party, Stephanie decides to show us what she brought. A pie. That's a swastika. There's a swastika on the pie. I was confused as hell. You for real, bro? You serious about this? At first, I thought it was kind of like a little, oh, we're all white, this is kind of funny. But no, it gets way worse. They started talking. They're just trashing every single race possible. I thought it was a horror movie, Soft and Quiet. I didn't watch a trailer. TikTok's letting me down. After a brutal 5 minutes of just that, the pastor comes in and he's like, yo, y'all need to leave, man. This shit whack. You can't be in here doing all this shit. You gotta dip, man. And then Stephanie's like, what do you mean? We ain't doing nothing wrong, cuz. What you mean? We ain't saying nothing bad. And the pastor's like, nah, man. You gotta dip, man. You gotta leave, man. And then he's like, I'm gonna tell everybody if you don't leave. And so Stephanie goes back with the girls and she's like, all right, here's a plan. Wine at my house. All the girls are like, yay. Some of them are like, I have a family, I can't, I gotta go teach them about Hitler, whatever it is. So after a very long car ride, of course, because it's a one-shot movie, they finally get to the store, and right away they start causing problems with these two Latina women. At this point, I'm just I'm too far in. I'm 40 minutes into this movie. And I was getting ready for work partially, half paying attention because I'm there's gonna be zombies or something, right? There's gonna be a Jason kind of character coming in. Spoiler alert, that doesn't happen. So eventually though, to settle their beef, what they did is they told the two Latina women that they won't get kicked out of the store because one of the women works there if they buy the most expensive bottle of wine. This movie, I keep forgetting all the bad shit in this movie. Crapaholics mixtapes, real white shit. And then they get into a fight after she buys the bottle. Afterwards though, the lady started yelling profusely at the white women. Obviously, I would too. But this is the part where we find out one of the women was R-worded by Stephanie's brother. This movie is a roller coaster, and she runs away. And this caused those white women to just lose their minds. They were freaking out. The acting went downhill very fast. So then the husband, out of nowhere, arrives at the grocery store. Leslie, after hearing this information though, decides, you know what? We should go prank him. She's already been through enough? Nah, she's not been through enough. Let's go to her house. Let's go mess with her a little bit. Which is a horrible idea in the first place. So of course, after buying their wine, they decide, let's go mess with them. So they show up at the Latina women's house. I think Anne, we'll call it Anne's house because that's the older Latina woman. After they arrive, the pillaging begins. They start running around, just kind of fucking shit up, doing their thing. And all of a sudden they hear a car pull into the driveway. And they all start panicking and they run and hide like a game of hide and seek. And you see the lady come in, and because the husband was, it's been 5 days, I've done my Duolingo. So moments after Anne walks in the door, Stephanie's husband runs up to her and grabs her, and all the other women come out and they start tying her up in the chair. And eventually, a couple minutes later, after having her hog-tied to the chair, the husband's like, I'm done with this. I'm not putting up with any of this. I'm dipping. So as he's leaving, he sees Anne's sister. So then she tries to run away. He's pulling her in the house. Now they have two of them in the house just tied to a chair. They could have just been like, sorry, we're in there, we're just trying to pull a prank and then leave. Now they have 2 women tied to chairs. It's something. But what would you do in this situation? You got 2 people tied up. Their first idea was, hey, let's force feed her some trail mix. Yeah, you like M&Ms? But turns out she's allergic to peanuts, so kind of works. After they find out she's allergic to peanuts, they frantically look for the EpiPen, and Anne's crying. She's in tears, like, my sister, like, oh my god. And then Leslie comes up with the EpiPen and goes, it looks like it's too late, and she tosses that shit. And everyone's like, bro, what the heck you doing? We gotta, yeah, you know, that's what we like. And everyone's like, oh god, oh my god. There was so much like crying in this movie. So what they decided to do was to knock out Anne and then put them both into a body bag or like a dress bag and then drop them in the lake to take away all the evidence. So after a long scene, they drag them into the car, they drive to the lake. It was like 10 minutes. And as they get to the lake, they find a little boat. They throw them in the boat, and then they row themselves out to the middle of the lake, and then they drop the bodies in the water, and they row back to the shore. And then we get about a 2-minute camera shot of the water, and then boom, out pops Anne. Anne is okay. And then the movie ends. I swear the movie could have been like 20 minutes easy. If it was a Black Mirror episode, it would probably be fine. But an hour and a half? Fuck no, man. Testing. 1, 2, buckle my shoes.